get your water and your hydrogen peroxide in here.
ICS is a really special place. We're the only school in the district that's 6 through 12.
With ICS, we have this really rare opportunity where we get to watch kids grow from 6th grade all the way through to 12th grade and watch them go off. So you really feel like you're a part of their life.
Your next job is to identify a big idea.
It's a small environment here, which is fantastic to really get to know each other and to work with each other.
The middle school students and the high school students get to interact and mix a lot in classes and at camp and assemblies and a lot of other functions. And because it's such a small student body, somewhere between 400 and 500 students depending on the year, teachers get the chance to work sometimes with the same kids multiple years in a row.
Okay, what is the next part of the word?
This is a great school for being known.
I think I would do that with the story.
One of the best things about this school is I know most of the kids. Our teachers know most of the kids. And that is different than what you would find at your traditional middle school or high school. What we believe and what we prioritize at the school is about the relationship between staff and students and building that camaraderie between students as well.
I really like the small communities in ICS because there's only about 60 people in each grade, meaning that you kind of get to meet every single person in your grade and you just get to know them a lot.
One thing I really like about the school is the teacher support you get. I feel like my teachers really care about my growth as a person, and just in general, it's a very strong sense of community between every single grade, and it means a lot to me as a person.
My son, he's in 10th grade and he loves the curriculum that they teach over here. He says the subjects that we can discuss them more. We have more time to discuss things. We have more time to have research that we are more interested in one subject, in one aspect of a subject more than the others.
We have a block of curriculum here, and it was established when the school was started. It's really interdisciplinary connections. It started initially with our international studies program, humanities and art.
That is immoral right there. If you've got resources.
From grades 6 through 12, we have a vertically and horizontally aligned humanities curriculum, and it's really, really top notch. I mean, we handle everything from grammar instruction and writing to reading the classics.
One of the things that we see when we read the Odyssey.
Kids are fantastic writers when they leave, regardless if they are going to study biochem, be a doctor, be a lawyer, whatever that might be, they're really well prepared.
We educate the creative writer, we educate the analytical writer, and everybody in between, and everybody leaves this school with a really strong understanding of what good writing is.
I try to work with the humanities teachers and ask them, well, what are you reading in your classes? And so I try to, with the more advanced students in Spanish 3 and Spanish 4, show them those same texts in Spanish. Here I feel like Spanish is really prioritized in a pragmatic way in terms of its value economically to the modern American student, but also philosophically that importance in the beauty of the language is really appreciated.
Don't put values in, you're doing values. For art at ICS, it's a 4-year vertically aligned program. It's a required course, so when students come to ICS, they're on this 4-year track. We're doing discipline-based art education, which is art production, art history, art criticism, art aesthetics. So we're entwining those into all of our studies. We also get to connect with other departments. So there's all kinds of opportunity to connect with science, with humanities, with IS, and also meet our standards.
At ICS, I teach the middle school students. I teach science and health, and I love teaching science because it's a time for the kids to get hands-on and curious and really work together to try to solve problems.
Chemical is crazy. Why don't we know more about it?
I think that the kids who graduate from ICS develop a tremendous amount of confidence, and when they go on to their next step, whether it's college or university or some job training, they are confident individuals that can advocate for themselves. They know how to have conversations with adults. They know how to appreciate things from multiple perspectives. They've had an opportunity to not only work collaboratively with other students, but to take charge and have some initiative in their own learning.
Compared to other schools, they really support who you are as a person. feel comfortable asking any of them questions on the topics, and they will never judge you. They check in on you, and they actually care about what you're doing outside of school, your activities, and they make sure to arrange the tests in a way where you're not overwhelmed with like 4 tests a day. Like they have communication within, so they make sure students are properly prepared for these content, and they just value who you are out, not even within like the academic range, but they also care about how you're doing mentally and how you're doing outside of school.
The unique thing about ICS is that we are a small enough community where as a counselor, I'm able to actually know and meet every single one of my students and to check in with them on a regular basis, or to just be able to check in with them in their classrooms, do small group or one-on-one, and for them to be able to reach out and have access to us like anytime that anything comes up. And I know that's not always possible in buildings that are a lot bigger than ours.
The students here are really driven, and like the older you get, like the more they achieve, I guess. So it's really, yeah, it's inspiring.
Well, it's a really great community, especially with the STAMP program, where you have a mentor from high school, which can help you through, especially in 6th grade, helped me a lot through a lot of the different struggles or questions I might have had with it.
We thought that this is a good school for having like a wholesome look at what the international curriculum or international education should be about.
Goggles don't do much for your forehead.
And so I think maybe a cool thing about ICS is we go beyond the test scores. We try to get them out of the classroom. We try to get them some leadership opportunities. We try to get them thinking beyond just the number, just the test score.
We're introducing the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program at ICS in the 2026-27 school year. We're really excited about that. It's a program that spans grades 11 and 12, and we feel it's going to really bridge the strengths of our programs from 6 to 10.
It really does feel like the community name in the school, it really does feel like true, that I really get to know the students, I get to know their parents multiple years in a row, and I just feel a lot more invested, I guess, in their, when graduation comes around, and I think I've known these kids for 6-7 years, and like, you just really feel like part of a larger community that is educating these kids.
The expectations are high here. There's nowhere to hide for the students or for the staff, because we are a small school, we all know each other. So we want to do our best, we want to bring our best every day, because we are kind of, in a sense, all on the same team.